Right, so just start by loosening the body, just up and down. Let's see. Springing into the ground. Okay, good. You're going to breathe in, stretching back, and then curling the spine forward, all the way to the ground. Nice. And then curl back up. Nice and slow. Breathing in, breathing out. Curling back up. Okay, just for the shoulders, just rolling forwards. Open the body up. Good, and backwards. Good, and then just rolling one and then the other. Very fluid. Good, and then backwards the same. Rolling. Okay, good. You're going to reach up and then over to the side. Please stretch all the way up and really opening the rib cage, the side. Good. Stretching up. One more time. Okay, just with the elbows roll into the back. Good. And then with the arms loose. Good. And then just rolling the hips in circles. Good. The other direction. Good. Okay, to the knees, just come down and sit into the stretch here. And then stretching the knees back. Good. Coming down. Stretching back. And circling the knees. Good. And then the other way. Okay, just placing the weight down on one foot. Just pressing into the ball of the foot. Pressing in. And then into the heel, just pressing in. And then just rolling the foot, rolling the whole ankle and the toes. One way and then the other. Good. And then change side. So just press weight into the ball. Good. Into the heel. And then just roll in the joint. Okay. Just spreading the legs this way, so on parallel lines. And just stretching for the back of the calf, back of the leg. Good. Change side. Good. Okay, coming down a bit further. So the knees just off the ground. You need to use the hands for support. And the other side. So the knee just off the ground. And back. And then all the way to the ground. Knee on the ground. And just stretch the hips forward towards the leg. Good. And change side. Great. Right into the hip. It's coming up. Okay, in this position, just stretch down the joint and just press in with the elbows out. It's going to kind of spread, just apply pressure outwards with the elbows to the hip. And then with the hands on the knees, just rolling over, straighten the arm as much as you can, and looking over the back shoulder. And placing one hand into the ground, and the other hand just reach it up, and just watch the hand that goes to the sky. Just watch down this line, and really rotate the body up. This way. And change. So place one hand down, and then curl up, reach it. Right. Good. One more time. And the other side. Okay, from here, just rolling down, raising the leg, raising the toes. Good. And the other side. Good. One more time. Side. And the other side. Okay, good. Keeping the legs out as far as you can. This way, legs straight, and just reach into the ground. So the hands go on the same. Hands are on the same line as the feet. This way, stretching out. Bring the hands onto the same line, and just allow the head to start to release towards the ground. Really stretching into the pelvis. Down. Good. And then if you can, reach the elbows into the ground and let the head really rest into the arms. So elbows into the ground, head on the ground. Okay. Good. And then if you can, link the arms behind the back. So you can just link the thumbs or you can lace the fingers. Just stretch up through those shoulders. And release. Nice and slowly coming back up. Coming back up and just shaking the body out again. Kicking the legs, especially in the hip joint. Kicking the hands out. And then rolling the whole arm. And then just join the whole body back into it. Good. Okay, take a Joe. Some Joe work. So we'll start very basic, just from a ski kamai, just going into a thrusting position and then coming back. And just really focus on, again, the ground and really entering into the posture. Through the thrust, the ground, the strike, and then rolling back. The real basic ski thrusting this way. Yeah, just on the left side. Give it a try in your own time. Good.
Sorry, I have to protect my laptop a little bit.
Okay, just some rain. Okay. Okay. Okay, so really make sure that really try and focus on the kamai. In this sense, you want to really load the movement from the back of the body. So in this case, the back hand is really in line with the back hip this way. So it's in this kind of line here. Now, when you start the movement, press from the ground here and then thrusting forward. When you finish the move, you're in this position. So the hand's pretty much in line with the shoulder and close to the body, almost kind of coming to the rib cage this way. Yeah. It goes through a full arc here. And then when you come to this position, really come back into this kamai position. So you're really going to draw back and really make sure you find the back hip. And then from this position, you can just load into the thrust. But don't kind of come back into this kind of position here, where I'm not really loaded. And in this case, I need to ground and then find the back and then go. Try and really go to the ski and then really just load the movement here. So the movement back into the kamai is as important as the thrusting move this way. This way, and then really load the movement here. This is like drawing a bow this way, and then releasing it, and then rolling back, releasing it. So really try and fill this backwards movement here. You come back this way. Yeah, go ahead, give it a try. So just focus on the kamai as you pull back from the ski. Yeah. Nice. Okay. And then just watch one point. In this case, try and avoid rising up with the thrust. This is really exaggerated, but what I don't want is because I'm going from a kind of low position for the hip to this position, what I don't want to happen is this kind of getting pulled up by the weapon or pulled out by the weapon. So again, just really focus on the ground, and as you go, arc out the weapon with with an arc through the ground, but really ground the body here in the ground below. And really watch for, in this case, being drawn out this way, especially up and especially out this way. So really get a sense that you ground the whole movement this way. So you can do one exercise in this case to help this. You basically just abandon the thrust this way. And what I'm looking to do is just ground the body through the movement. So kind of forget the thrusting movement or forget the projection out. And what you do is just abandon the thrust this way, thrusting through. So it's really initiating it with the ground and then just abandon it very softly. Yeah, give it a try. So in this case, just really takes the focus to the body and into the ground. And just kind of abort the thrust just before you make the strike. Good. Yeah, and try this both sides in this case, so left and right side. Yes.
Michael?
Yeah.
One question
Sure.
about the weight. So
Yeah.
I think it should be like 50-50%. In this case of the thrust, my weight should be in the middle of my body.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, during the impact, yeah. What you what you basically want here is to go right into the center of the feet. So the feelings of spreading out this way and not of being loaded in one foot, loaded in the back foot or loaded in the front foot, but just the feeling of spreading the hips out this way. This is kind of done equally. This way. Yeah. The posture's loaded to the front, but my weight's in the center. That makes sense. Just like when you make the thrust with when you make the strike with the bokken, the body's gonna arc into the movement. And the same way the body's gonna kind of arc into the movement this way. So I'm not in this case kind of, let's see. I'm not in this kind of position. Rigid. I'm not kind of the center of my body's not in the center of the mass, but my weight's being spread. I'm in this position forward, but the weight's being spread even through the feet. But I'm joining the movement of the jaw with the body this way. Yeah, that makes sense.
Somehow, Michael, to me, this feels like the Atemi exercise that we did yesterday.
Yeah, exactly. It's exactly the same. But
yeah.
that Atemi exercise is built from this. So the Atemi, that's kind of Atemi work we were doing yesterday, kind of throwing the arm out. This is built on this structure, or built on the structure that we use for the weapon work. So the delivery of the movement through the ground and connecting the arm to the hip. This is the same. It's the same kind of. It's exactly the same kind of structure.
Okay.
No, comes from it comes from this kind of exercise. Yeah. Good. Yeah. Good. Very good. Nice. Good. Okay, so we'll go to kind of into a Zengo giri. So now a Zengo ski. You come to here and then pressing from this foot and rotating around. Again, just taking it nice and slow and really grounding the movement. So really pay attention to the rotation movement. The tendency is to kind of lose it in this movement. So really thrust through with full feeling and then really find the back. Full feeling, find the back. Really try and make the rotation and really find the back of the movement. Yeah. With as much focus in the rotation and coming into the kamae as in the thrust. Okay. Okay, good. See if you can really initiate the rotation from the back of the body. So obviously it's very easy to get drawn into the front because everything's happening in the front and I'm rotating this way. But see if you can really, through this movement, so you're here, really see if you can access the back of the body this way. So the feelings really are of doing this kind of movement. So I feel like the back of my body rotates into the space and then pushes back. So it's more like this kind of Marotadori movement, working with a spiral from the back of the body this way, rather than a spiral that's in the front of the body. You see the kind of difference in this case? With the Dojo, it's very clear. It's like this that's in the front, or something that's really in the back of the body. This way. This way. Yeah, so just see if you can kind of access the back of the body through the rotation. And it's like these kind of kokyu spiraling motions as you do it. So basically try and unlock the spiral from the ground. Yeah. That's it, Adrian. Good. Yeah. Good. Okay, good. Oh, okay, good. So work on it. Again, the same rotation. Forget the ski at the start now. What I want you to do is just rotate to the back this way, and then from here, rotate for a Ushido ski to the back. Okay, so just two movements. What I want you to do is rotate here, and then thrust to the back. This way. Let's take this real slow. Rotate. Really find the back of the movement, and then what you're going to do is actually pressure on the front foot to go back. This way. So just play now with the rotation, really full rotation. You come through and then roll to the back this way. Yeah, and each time just really trying to ground the movement. And again, look for the spirals through the body. This way and this way. Yeah, give it a try. So you're just going to rotate and then find a Ushido ski.
So, Michael, can I see that one again, please?
Sure, of course. Let's see. So if you're just in ski kama, you're basically going to just find this rotation and then pressing from this foot, just find the Ushido ski this way. From this way. So you go 1, 2, back. 1, 2, 2. Yeah. Okay, good. Nice. Okay, good. So we'll do a little set from here. You're going to start with the thrust. So thrusting forward with the basic. Now you find the rotation, and then you find a rear thrust this way. Now from here, just to change the feet, you just bring the body into the jo and find the ground this way. So you change sides basically. Thrust, rotate, shidoski, and then from here, just bring the whole body into the movement this way and find the back of the jo. So you can do this both sides as a set. You thrust, rotate, shidoski to the back, and then just bring the body in this way. You thrust, rotate, shidoski, and come to this position here. Yeah, give it a try. You're on time. You got a forward thrust, rotation, back, and then adjusting back. Hey.
Oh, Michael.
Yeah.
I couldn't get that last bit where you turn after
Yeah.
your shiroski.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, no, it's fine. You come to here. Now what I do is just bring the whole body in this way. So it's from here, and then I roll the whole body into it. My movement's like this, and then I find the back. So it's basically the movement's on the spot here, and then rolling this way. You go 1, and then just roll the whole body in the movement this way and change. So this and this way, and this is just basically coming back into a kamae.
Okay, I'll give it a try.
Give it a try. Yeah.
Michael, your
No.
changeover at the last part.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna
you're
try
in
again.
this position, and then you.
Let's see. Let's see. Ah. Kind of.
Where do you move your hand?
Let me show again. When you do this, you can rotate in lots of ways. So you can kind of rotate back this way. In this case, try and really have the sense that you're going to roll into the body this way. So you're in this position, and then I'm basically going to roll the whole body in.
Mm-hmm.
This way. So really allow that. In this case, it's basically a spiraling movement to the back. So you've gone here, and then you coil the whole body in this way. So this, and then coil in the body this way, that way. Yeah, give it a try. Yeah. Nice. Okay. Tricky. Okay, we're going to add some more movements to it. So do the same thing, the same beginning. This. Now here, when you make the transition this, what I want you to do is roll the body back this way. And you're going to come into a get-down position. And then from here, just come into the get-down. Here. So during this rotation, this movement, really roll the whole body through and then press out to the ground this way. So you're in this position, you roll and then draw back this movement. One of the problems in this case is this rotation, I tend to get caught in the front of the body this way. But in a sense, what you want to do again is come into the middle of the body and then have the ability to move in any direction. In this case, it's backwards. So the full set is a thrust, rolling, shidoski, curl back into the kamae and then roll it back and find a strike with a gedangaishi. This way. So it goes here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Give it a try. And you can do this both sides. This is equal both sides. Oi, hello. Give it a try. Uh-huh. And, oh. Good. That's it. Okay, good. Okay, good. So just try now, basically explore. You've got kind of 3 options. You can go with a thrust, you can go with a thrust to the rear, or you can come into an gedan gaishi position, into this kind of kamae. But what I want you to do is just start in the kamae and then go to one of the movements. So just come into the movement and then find the rotation and then feel that you can go into either of them. So you've got kind of 3 choices. You can go into a thrust, forwards, thrusting back, or roll back into the gedan gaishi movement. So just find each time, roll into the jo, find the kamae, and feel that you can go to any of the movements. Here. Find a rotation, roll through a movement. Find a rotation, find a movement. Find a rotation, find a movement. Find a rotation, find a movement. Yeah. And what you're really looking for in this case is when you make the rotation, you're coming into a very neutral kamae. So you want to really roll from a kind of active striking position into a very neutral, ready position. Actually, a ready position. Neutral is the wrong word, but it's a kind of sense of ready. In the middle, and then you can just move into the next one. Roll, move into the next position. Yeah. So just focus on the strikes. You can do whatever you like. You can do a forward ski, backward ski, or roll into a gedan gaishi position. Each time, find a rotation, find the kamae, and then roll into a movement. Good. Uh-huh. Good. Okay, and just one thing to watch for in this case is that sometimes I can make the rotation and then I'm basically in the front of the body this way, and then the only real available option is to go for the thrust. So I go for the thrust because it's kind of convenient, because I'm kind of falling into it. The body's kind of been pulled into it. Or I make the rotation, I'm in the kind of back of the body, and the rear ski will kind of become the obvious choice. But I really feel that from the kamai, from this ski kamai, you can make all three options. So really feel that when you find the position, all three are open. So you should feel that you can actually move in any of the directions. So feel that you can move anywhere, but you just pick one. But not in the case that I'm trapped in one position that it's kind of inevitable that I go to the ski. In this case, I'm trapped in the position. So I've trapped myself in the kamai. And what you want is a sense that the kamai is very free, is open, and then I can just move into the next one. So you can also do a trick. You can decide one movement and then do another. So you can say to your head, do a forward thrust and then do a rear thrust. Yeah, so in a sense, what you want to do is test the structure. So really get a sense that you want to do one thing and then do the opposite. You want to do one thing and then do the opposite. Or do something else. Yeah, give it a try. So just really feel that in the kamai, all these possibilities are open, and more possibilities. These are just three. So
Anarchy.
Anarchy, yeah, exactly. Overrule your desire to do one thing and do the other. Yeah, good. Much freer, good. Very good. Good. That's it. Okay, good. And then do the same thing, just start to kind of combine them, mix them up. So these three attacks, you can really combine them in any order. So do a kind of short set, you can do really anyway. Thrust in, find the ground, find the ski, and come back. So just the only rule is just do one of the movements each. So you do one thrust, one Ushido ski, and one Gerangaishi. And you can mix them in any combination you like. And again, the key thing is I should just be able to create a set and feel that all the time through the kamai, the movements are available all the time. So really just work on combining them this way. Yeah, however you like. You can do the kind of, you can create one set and just keep repeating it, or you can create different sets. But just use, will usually be about 6 movements. So 3 attacks. Around about.
Michael?
Yeah.
Sorry, this is just going back to 10 minutes ago. Can you just show us again about, well, I didn't quite get how you did the Ushiro ski and then going to the Geidan? You know, the...
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah. Okay, so this way, you're basically going to rotate the body into the movement. Yeah, this is like being on the spot. So I'm kind of doing this, and then pressing from this foot into the Ushiro, into the Geidan. So you're in this position. Rotate the whole body this way, and then slide the jaw back. And then you're in the Geidan position. Yeah, that way. So you thrust to the rear, roll the whole body through, draw back. This way. You can later do this kind of as one. This way.
I see, okay.
Feeling,
So your feet movement, the balance of your feet when you were when you're in the Ushirosuke, it changes then, does it? As you
Yeah.
actually, yeah.
This. So I'm basically the posture in this case is front facing, but the strikes to the rear. And then from here, what I do is roll the whole body through. I'm basically bringing the whole body in a spiral into the joke. Yeah. And then pressing back. And then striking through this way.
Okay, I can see it now. All right, thank
Just
you.
kind of coil into it.
Yeah,
Good.
thanks.
That's very good. Okay, good. Nice. Great. Okay, good. We'll do a little bit of empty hand work. So looking really again at this spiraling rotation movement. So we do this all the time in Aikido. The clearest one is with Taina Henko. So we'll just start out, really get the feeling of the ground, and then coiling in with the joints and rolling to the back and just grounding the movement. So just do it kind of a set, roll to the back, yeah, and then just shift the feet here. And then roll to the next one this way. And then this same kind of rotation, like in the Ushirosuke, it's more to the front now, but the feeling is just rolling the body in this way. And then dropping in, find the extension, find the ground, and then curl the hands here. So just coiling through, each time changing side, coiling through into the ground. Yeah, give it a try. So just Taina Henko exercise, coiling through. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so really watch when you kind of unlock the spiral. So it's like this. Now in this case, when you make the transition, something releases this way. So the hands are following the hips. You're in this position. The hands follow the hips here. And then as the hips release, also the hands come. You see this kind of motion. What I want to do is kind of glung, lock the arms. So the arms should feel that they connect. The hands should feel they connect to the hips. This movement. And then as I release it, this happens. So the hands and the hips really work together all the time. So just feel this kind of connection through it, especially in this position. Feel the hips connected to the hands, and then feel as you release the hips connect to the hands. And there's really a sense of coiling through all the time. So all the time, this is kokyu work. So it's not in a sense I do it and then I release it and then I refine it, but that you're always working with a sense of kokyu through the body. This way, release. Yeah. You're in a kind of active position and then a more of a neutral position, but the kokyu's still full. Your extension's still full. Yeah. Yeah. Keep going. Yeah. Okay, good. Okay, good. And then from this exercise, we do the same. It's basically changing on the spot. So you find the Taina Henko, and then you basically just curl on the spot. Now, just explore front and back movement. So find the Taina Henko here, and then either roll the body back, again into the Kamai, or, yeah, so I'll show you. Roll the body back, find the Kamai, or roll into the Taina Henko, and then roll forward. Again, this way. I'm really, again, focusing on the Kokyu aspect here. Find the Taina Henko, and then release through the hips and the hands. So you can move either on the spot, you can curl backwards, or you can press forwards into it. Yeah, but just keep, again, the sense of Kokyu being full here. Yeah. And you should feel really that I can move in any direction. So I shouldn't feel trapped that I need to go to the front or I need to go to the back, but I should feel that I can just move in any way. So on the spot, forwards or backwards. Give it a try. Just explore, again, being in the middle of the posture. Should feel very easy. Ah, yeah, good. Ah, okay. And just watch, also in this case, watch the hand when you do these kind of movements. This way, when you do this kind of movement, I'm also curling the hand this way. So the Kokyu move works like this, but don't do this kind of work. Again, it's like dropping the movement. So sometimes you use the Kokyu in these movements, but in this case, this is really just a forward press this way, and really the front of the hand is visible. So I don't want to over rotate this way. This is like what do you say, bear style or something. It's like a bear. And then I don't want to under rotate them this way, either this way. So just have the sense of them coiling this way. And what I'm looking for is the structure here through the Kokyu. So find the ground and then really find the Kokyu this way. And even when you're presenting the hand this way, this structure is the same. It's the same kind of structure, but this way. You see that kind of structure is the same through the hand. That kind of structure is the same, but I don't kind of drop it, or I don't kind of press it that way. So it will be the same as kind of presenting the arm like this way, but in a sense it's this. So coil into it and then really maintain the sense of Kokyu, which is a spiral that comes underneath the ground this way. Yeah, just play with it. Ah. That's it, Catherine. Good. Good. Okay, good. So we'll do one movement from here. This is very similar to Maroto Dori, but in a sense, this is from a Katata Dori, Kokyunage. So what I want you to do is again explore this kind of position. But in this case, I'm not going to adjust the feet into a tenkan this way. I'm just going to slide the foot in this way. Really press the weight through the ground this way, here, and rotate to the back. Now this is really like an Ushiro, see the feeling of pressing the body through and down into the ground this way. And then just come back to the other side. So you're gonna coil in this way. This hand works very much like in a Taina Henko, weight underneath the arm, and then I rotate around this way. And then from here, press in from the front, raising through the hip, and then sinking down into the ground this way. So now you're really exploring a rotation movement, pressing the weight into the ground this way. Yeah, give it a try. This is like a Katadori Kokyunage. This is a one arm. Yeah. It's got, so sometimes it's done, maybe you see this like a, you know, in a sense, like a kind of projection out this way, and the hands are kind of up in this case. That statue of Sensei is like this as well. But in a sense, in this case, really continue the movement and have the feeling of pressing down into the ground. So I want you to really ground the movement at the end. The feelings really of, oh, do this way. The feelings really of getting underneath the person's structure and then pressing them through into the ground. So the feeling in the arm is arcing over the top and then pressure down to the ground. So I'm really trying to press the weight of the body here, compromise the structure here, and then press through into the ground. So fully ground the hands in the end, this way. Really like the thrust, this way, this way. So really just ground the movement. Through, raise underneath, and then pressure down. Give it a try. Good. Yeah. Okay, good. And there's a kind of the connection here as you come through. Now you're going to raise the arm and at the same time shift the body in. So what I'm looking to do is roll around the person's power, but at the same time shift the hips in behind the person. In a kind of, in a sense, what you're doing with the hips is shifting right behind the structure of the person to trap them. And then the throw goes right over the hip. We don't do it in training, but have the sense that when you find the raise, the hips are starting to shift back. What I want to do is raise and then the hips follow. But really get a sense that the hips coil with the raise this way. In the same way you do with the shiroshi this way, this pressure here and this raise, release the hip back. And this way, into the ground. Yeah, so just really focus on this connection here, raise, shift the hips. And then here, shift the hips into the hands this way. Yeah, give it a try. Yeah. Good. Nice. Okay, good. And then the last thing, in this case, just make this more flexible now. So what we did is like this, coming to here, raising and pressing back into the ground. So just make it a little bit more flexible now. No speed, no real power, but just roll into it and roll through it. So now kind of make it into one continuous movement. Flow into the back, flow into the back. And then from here, just release, change the side. Roll in, reach up, ground the movement, and then roll back. So really now, just flow the movement together. All the time, working with spirals, working with the ground, grounding the handwork and the hip work. And just really making it more fluid, more flexible. Good. Okay, great. Good. And then the next level from that, where we do another time, is really where you just flow this movement together this way. So this is the kind of the basic comes this way, rolling out, just pressing through this way. And then the fluid form is basically the same, but rolling through the movement. And then the full kind of flow movement is where the hand doesn't get grabbed and I just come in through with the arm and pressure with the hips through this way. So this is a great form to practice with a partner when you get back to the dojo. But in the sense, this is all built off spirals and the grounding, basically grounding the handwork in the hips and feeling all the time that their hands are heavy and with a feeling of the ground, which is what you develop from the ski work and from the bokken work, from the jo and the bokken. Okay, very good. We'll finish. Super duper. Great. Okay. どうもありがとうございました。
どうもありがとうございました。